Starting off with the LA Angels, I have Tyler Anderson. After a very good season in 2022 with the Dodgers, Anderson signed with the Angels in 2023 and proceeded to post a 5.43 ERA over 25 starts. This year, though, he's focused on getting more ground balls, and it's paid off big time as he's posted an ERA of 3.50 over 28 starts. For the Houston Astros, I have Ronel Blanco. The Astros were having a lot of issues with their pitching in the early going, but in the second half, their starting pitching ranks #1 overall, and a big reason for that is Ronel Blanco. After mostly pitching out of the bullpen in his career, he's come out of nowhere this year, posting an ERA just below 3 through 27 games, and also through a no-hitter earlier this year. For the Oakland A's, I have Lawrence Butler. The 6th-round pick from 2018 has come out of nowhere this year, and it's been fun to watch. At only 23 years old, Butler has already achieved quite a bit, including setting the A's record for consecutive games with an extra base hit with 9 straight games, as well as hitting 3 home runs in a game on 2 separate occasions. Overall, he's hitting .270 with an .837 OPS, a .136 WRC+, and 21 home runs. He should be a key piece for the A's moving forward. For the Toronto Blue Jays, I have Bowden Francis. Even though the Blue Jays have had an underwhelming season this year, they have had some bright spots, including 7th-round pick from 2017, Bowden Francis. While he's mostly pitched out of the bullpen in his major league career so far, he's been starting since early August, and he's already shown a lot of promise. In 6 starts since August 7th, he's tossed 48 innings, going 4-1 with an ERA of 1.50 and 8.6 strikeouts per 9, 0.9 walks per 9, along with taking a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Angels. For the Atlanta Braves, I have Reynaldo Lopez. While Lopez isn't a Cy Young contender like his teammate Chris Sale, he's been quite the surprise this year. So far, he's made 24 starts, the most in his career since 2019, and he's been excellent, posting an ERA of 2.03 and a FIP of 3.08, along with 9.6 strikeouts per 9. I also want to shout out Chris Sale. While Sale has been one of the best pitchers in baseball in the past, he's dealt with a lot of injuries in recent years, but this year, after getting traded to the Braves from the Red Sox, he's been dominant, posting a 2.38 ERA and a 2.01 FIP, along with 11.5 strikeouts per 9, his best season since 2018. For the Milwaukee Brewers, I have Tobias Myers. The Brewers have had a lot of young players step up for them this year, but I gotta go with Tobias Myers here. Prior to coming over to the Brewers last year, he had been with 5 different organizations since 2016, and even last season in AA in the minor leagues, his ERA and FIP were both over a 5. This year, though, after increasing the usage of his slider and changeup, he's seen great results with an ERA just under 3 while being an anchor in the Brewers rotation. For the St. Louis Cardinals, I have Mason Wynn. The Cardinals were looking like a playoff team at the midpoint of the season, but in the second half, it showed that they're not quite there yet. One bright spot for them, though, is rookie shortstop Mason Wynn, as he's shown a good all-around profile this year, posting a 3.3 Fangraph wins above replacement thanks to a decent season at the plate, which includes a 105 WRC+, along with 13 home runs and 11 stolen bases, as well as playing great defense at shortstop. For the Chicago Cubs, I have Shota Imanaga. All eyes were on Yoshinobu Yamamoto last offseason, but as of today, Imanaga has been better, considering Yamamoto has missed a lot of time with some shoulder issues. Imanaga has simply been a sensation this year, posting a record of 13-3 with an ERA just over 3, a FIP of 3.82, 8.9 strikeouts per 9, and 1.4 walks per 9. For the Arizona Diamondbacks, I have Justin Martinez. The Diamondbacks were playing 500 ball for most of the first half, but they've been red hot in the second half, with one constant for them all year being rookie fireballer Justin Martinez. Despite walking almost 10 batters per 9 in 2023 at AAA in the minor leagues, along with a short stint in the major leagues, he's been much improved this year. Over 57 games, he's posted an ERA of 2.35, a FIP of 2.62, and over 11 strikeouts per 9, while greatly reducing his walks. For the LA Dodgers, I have Gavin Stone. After posting an ERA of 4.72 in 21 games at AAA in 2023, Stone has stepped up in a big way for the Dodgers this year in his rookie season. After lowering his fastball usage and going more to a sinker and a slider, he's posted an ERA of 3.53 over 25 starts, and he's been a constant while guys like Tyler Glasnow and Yoshinobu Yamamoto have dealt with injuries. Also, shout out to Michael Kopech, who did struggle with the White Sox this year, but he's essentially become the Dodgers' closer closer since getting traded there, and he's only given up 2 runs over 18 appearances. For the San Francisco Giants, I have Tyler Fitzgerald. The Giants had an exciting offseason, but in the end, they failed to really get anything going this year. For Tyler Fitzgerald, though, he's been excellent after a few years in the minor leagues. Overall, he's hit .296 with an OPS of .880, a WRC plus of .146, 14 home runs, 17 stolen bases, and he's playing great defense all over the diamond, mainly at shortstop. For the Cleveland Guardians, I have David Fry. While he has cooled off a bit in the second half, Fry came out of nowhere this year for the Guardians. After spending multiple years in the minor leagues since 2018 and not showing too much in the majors last season, he's emerged in Cleveland's lineup in a big way, hitting .261 with an OPS just over 800 and a WRC plus of 129. For the Seattle Mariners, I have Victor Robles. I'm going to be honest, I thought Victor Robles was pretty much done after posting a combined 0.5 Fangraph wins above replacement from 2021 to 2023, and after only hitting 120 over 14 games for the Nationals this season, they released him. Shortly after, though, the Mariners signed him, and he's completely turned his career around, hitting .299 with a 137 WRC plus and stealing 23 bases over 65 games. He's been so good that the Mariners even extended him for 2 more seasons. For the Miami Marlins, I have Calvin Faucher. After the last 2 seasons, Faucher has posted a combined ERA of 6.32, but after getting traded with Vidal Brujan in a trade to the Marlins last offseason, he's been great. After upping the usage of his cutter and going more to a curveball instead of a slider, he's seen great results, posting an ERA of 3.19 and a FIP of 2.51 with 10 strikeouts per 9 over 53 games. For the New York Mets, I have Mark Vientos. After putting up a combined negative 1.0 Fangraph wins above replacement over 81 games in his first 2 seasons with the Mets, Vientos has gone off this year. Through 97 games, he's posted an OPS just under 900, a 142 WRC plus, and 24 home runs. This includes a couple of walk-off home runs for the Mets, one being in the middle of a tight race for the 3rd wild card. For the Washington Nationals, I have James Wood. The Nationals are on the rise, but one guy that has risen the most this year is one of their top prospects, James Wood. Now, don't get me wrong, I know how good this guy can be, but I didn't expect him to be this good this soon. So far, through 64 games, he's hitting .273 with a 364 on base and a 119 WRC plus, along with 5 home runs and 12 stolen bases. Wood is going to be an absolute star. For the Baltimore Orioles, I have Albert Suarez. Not only is Albert Suarez the Orioles' biggest surprise this year, he's also one of the best stories in Major League Baseball. After flaming out of the majors and the minors after 2018, he went over to Japan and Korea for 5 years before coming back to the majors on a minor league contract this season. After introducing a cutter, he's been great over 29 games, including 21 starts in the Orioles' rotation that suffered a lot of injuries, posting an ERA of 3.39 and a FIP of 3.83. For the San Diego Padres, I have Jurickson Profar. After posting a negative 1.7 Fangraph WAR last season with the Rockies, Profar came back to the Padres late last year, and he's having the best season of his career this year. This year, he's posted an OPS over 830 with a WRC plus of 140 and 22 home runs while making it to his first All-Star game. For the Philadelphia Phillies, I have Christopher Sanchez. Last year, Sanchez was pretty underrated as he posted some solid numbers, but was still considered more of a back-end rotation kind of a picture. This year, though, he stepped up in a big way to the point where he's looking like the clear number 3 in the rotation, and the Phillies even rewarded him with a contract extension. He's already made a career high in starts and has an ERA of 3.33, but also has a lower FIP of 2.84, which ranks 3rd in all of Major League Baseball. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, I have Joey Bart. I think many people were thinking the number 1 overall pick from 2021, Henry Davis, would be the everyday catcher for the Pirates at this point, but instead, it's Joey Bart. He was considered the Giants' top prospect and next catcher a few years back, but after only putting together a combined 0.6 Fangraph wins above replacement from 2020 to 2023, he was traded to the Pirates after being DFA'd in April. Since coming over to the Pirates, though, he's looked like the catcher Giants fans were expecting to see. So far through 69 games, he's hit .268 with an OPS of 839, a 131 WRC plus, and 13 home runs. For the Texas Rangers, I have Kirby Yates. The Rangers were yet another example of a World Series hangover this year, but one guy who had the complete opposite of a season for them was Kirby Yates. After being considered the best closer in baseball in 2019, he was ravaged by injuries, including Tommy John, that forced him to miss all of 2021. He spent the last couple of seasons working his way back with the Braves and posted posted okay numbers in 2023, but still wasn't fully there yet. This year, at 37 years old, he's got it all figured out with the Rangers, posting a 1.27 ERA, 13 strikeouts per 9, and saving 30 games. For the Tampa Bay Rays, I have Edwin Uceta. It was basically a lost season for the Rays this year, but one guy who's come out of nowhere for them is reliever Edwin Uceta. After bouncing around between the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Tigers, Pirates, Mets, and Cubs organizations the last few years, well, what do you know? The Rays picked him up and found a way to unlock him just like they have with so many others. After implementing a cutter, he's become one of the best relievers in baseball, posting an ERA of 1.42 and 12 strikeouts per 9. For the Boston Red Sox, I have Jarren Duran. The Red Sox were looking pretty solid in the first half, but in the end, they ran out of gas. While they have had a few younger players step up for them, one guy who stepped up in a huge way is Jarren Duran. Now, I knew Duran could be a very good player if he stayed healthy, considering he hit well in 2023, but I'll be honest, I didn't expect him to become one of the best players in baseball this year. He's been crazy good through 141 games, hitting .288 with an .851 OPS, a 133 WRC+, 21 home runs, and 32 stolen bases, while also playing the best defense of his career in the outfield. For the Cincinnati Reds, I have Tyler Stevenson. The Reds suffered a lot of injuries this year that hurt their chances of being a strong contender, but Tyler Stevenson finally put together a strong season, which didn't seem likely after a poor season in 2023. Last season, he posted an OPS of .696, but so far this year, it's up to .779, and he has a career high in home runs with 18 through 126 games. For the Colorado Rockies, I have Brenton Doyle. In 2023, over 126 games, Doyle had a terrible year, hitting .203 with a 45 WRC+. This year, though, he looks like a completely different player, hitting .266 with an OPS of .781 and a career high in home runs with 22. For the Kansas City Royals, I have Seth Lugo. After only being a starter for 1 year after pitching out of the bullpen for 5 straight seasons with the Mets, Lugo put up solid numbers with the Padres in 2023 before signing with the Royals this offseason. He's proceeded to become one of the best pitchers in baseball, ranking 6th overall in Fangraph wins above replacement among all starting pitchers. While his performance has dipped a little bit in the second half, he's had a tremendous season overall, posting an ERA of 2.94 and a FIP of 3.27 through 193 innings pitched, which is easily a career high for him. For the Detroit Tigers, I have Matt Vierling. A couple of years ago, I was ready for Matt Vierling to break out as he showed good advanced metrics, but it just never showed up. This year, though, he has shown improvement as he's posted a WRC plus of 107 with a career high in home runs with 16. For the Minnesota Twins, I have Carlos Santana. After signing with the Twins this past offseason, his 7th team, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of Santana considering he posted pretty average numbers between 2022 and 2023, and he was going into his age 38 season. This year, though, he's having one of his best seasons since 2019, posting an OPS of 752 and a WRC plus of 114. For the Chicago White Sox, I have Garrett Crochet. Let's be real here. There's not much to be excited about with the White Sox, minus Garrett Crochet this season. After mainly pitching out of the bullpen in his career, along with just coming back last year from Tommy John surgery, he's turned into one of the best pitchers in baseball, posting a FIP of 2.85 and 12.7 strikeouts per 9, which ranks 1st overall in the major leagues. And last but not least, for the New York Yankees, I have Luis Gil. After only pitching a combined 7 games between 2021 and 2022, he missed all of 2023, minus a couple of rehab starts at the end of the year due to Tommy John. While he has always had potential to be a good starter in the major leagues, I just didn't expect to see these kind of results so soon after Tommy John. So far this year, he's looked fantastic in his return, posting a 3.18 ERA and 10.3 strikeouts per 9 over 25 starts. So that's my list. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Who do you think are the most surprising players this year? Let me know. But that's all I have for right now. If you can on the way out, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.